The 2018 Spartan football senior class has learned that seasons are the one thing life will always guarantee. They have learned that long seasons of hard work must come before short seasons of victory. Throughout their time at MSU, these Spartans have been taught and have come to know full well that their greatest strength through all seasons is the warrior standing next to them. As brothers, they have grown, and as brothers, they will rise to take on their next season.
First time I ever picked up a football, I think I was around 4 or 5 years old. I just remember I played for the Pee Wee Steelers, and it was such a good feeling for me just growing up in Western PA. I grew up a big Steelers fan, still am to this day, diehard fan. Something about football, I guess the team bonding, and I just always had football, I always left the season when I was younger, and I always came away with something. I'd learned something, whether that was from a coach or just something we went through. I was fast, so I love running around, but I also love defense. Hey, I played any position. I know in high school I actually was a punter for a game. It was windy, it went up there and ended up rolling all the way for like a 50-yard punt, but I can't kick, but that's just what I'd offer. I mean, I'm willing to do anything for the team, and I just love football and all the aspects of the game.
That love for the game helped Damion become a highly scouted recruit, but the decision to come to Michigan State came easy.
Right when I stepped foot on campus, I just had a feel for it. I've been to other places, visited other schools, and it didn't hit me like right when I arrived at Michigan State. Everything from the coaches, the former players who I looked up to when I was getting recruited, just always like extended a helping hand to me, always reaching out to me, not just asking about football, like asking how my family was doing. Playing football since you're 5, you play every single year, and so I came here expecting to play. Open competition, I mean, I was excited. Come in here, I mean, everyone wants to play. And then you get thrown out there and it's like, whoa, everything's fast. So I remember the first couple weeks of camp, I was struggling. I mean, just keeping up the speed, up the pace of the game, and we had a great defense. Turned out 2 first-round picks, Darquez Denard, Trey Wayne. So I definitely had hardships when I first got here.
Fall camp of 2013, we were still trying to discover who our quarterback would be. Damion was in the mix. He actually happened to get injured like the second day he was there, so he had to sit out of some stuff for a week or 2, and then he had a phenomenal scrimmage, one of the last scrimmages of fall camp, so it opened our eyes like, wow, should we really think about starting a freshman? Tyler O'Connor and Andrew Maxwell and Connor Cook all battling in there really through the first 3 games, and then it really probably wasn't until about maybe that second or third game we thought, hey, let's redshirt him.
Oh, get some, dude!
Connor Cook ended up with the starting job and guided the Spartans to a Big Ten championship and a win in the Rose Bowl. While Damion would have loved that job, his year on the scout team did not discourage him.
I loved the redshirt year, especially coming in at quarterback. I wouldn't say I was ready. I didn't know anything. I came from a high school spread offense, so I really wasn't taking snaps under center. So I came here. There was a lot to learn, a lot about the game of football that Coach D, Coach Warner, Coach Salem, they've all taught me. And I really believe I've grown, learned a lot off the field and on the field, because responsibilities when you're a freshman, when the team travels, you might stay here in the dorm, so you just learn a lot. Teaches you a lot, and I'm glad I went through it. You definitely have people back from home wanting to know what you're going to do, if you're going to leave or stuff like that. I looked at it as it's no one else's fault I'm not playing. I mean, I came here, I joined a team. I mean, I'm that selfish. It's not about me. I'd play my role, and whenever my opportunity was there, I mean, I try to just seize it and make the most out of it. I mean, it was anxious sitting on the sideline, especially as a young player, not knowing if they were going to call on me, but then when they did, it was exciting. Like I said, I love football, running out there. I know I've lined up at receiver, I've slid in the backfield, ran like a running back, and I've also thrown passes. I remember Nebraska game, they called me in, and that's one of the loudest stadiums, but if not the loudest stadium, and I'm nervous. I threw 2 passes that game, and they brought me in on a second down. It was kind of second and long, and It was a pass play, did the fake to Gerald Holmes and threw a strike to Aaron Burbridge, and that was really big for my confidence, and that was just awesome.
We felt we had to use his abilities, and so we used him quite a bit through the season, through his redshirt freshman and sophomore season. Gave us a different dynamic of the ability to run the football at the quarterback position, and so we would put him in some short yardage situations, or put him in and also keep Connor Cook in and slide Connor out to receiver. And I remember one time we were going some no huddle and we just kept him in, and he was playing some receiver in one of the games. But he's done a great job through his career here as a quarterback in this room.
Fake handoff rather, and Damion Terry runs to his left, has some running room out over the 40. It's the Spartans and Ohio State Buckeyes for control of the Big Ten East. Let's see who comes out to start this ball game at quarterback.
Connor Cook, he actually has the headsets on over there, George, so it doesn't look like he's going to start.
Coach D just gave us one of these. He always gives his little finger. So you two come with me. And he's like, you know, we had the utmost confidence in both you guys here. We brought you here for a reason. It's not looking good for Connor. We don't think he's going to play tomorrow, so be ready. And then he just looked at us. He's like, both of you guys are going to play a lot.
Damion Terry on at quarterback. The ball's at the 17-yard line of Ohio State. Terry, option run to his left, stays on his feet, hangs onto the football.
Terry, straight run again. Quarterback sweep. First down, midfield, steps out there.
And it was just an unbelievable moment. I'll cherish the rest of my life. So happy for a brother, Tyler O'Connor, to his home state. I know Connor was just happy for us too, but no one counted on us to win, but that's Spartans will.
Got it! Michigan State, as gutsy as it gets.
The 2015 Spartans went on to claim a Big Ten title, as well as a berth in the college football playoffs. As Connor headed to the NFL, Damion was left with another opportunity to earn the starting spot. However, another offseason injury led to Tyler O'Connor winning the job.
It was my meniscus, and then I had a bone bruise, actually. So I was dealing with that all fall camp, but at the same time trying to win. Connor just left. Everyone has high hopes for Tyler. Everyone has high hopes for me. They want to see what we can bring for the table. And then just dealing with that was really something I had to get through. But I mean, it was fine. I was still there for the team. And I mean, when Tyler's name started, I was there, fully supportive of him.
Damion once again found himself in his unique position. Though only playing sporadically throughout the year, he never lost sight of being a great teammate, as he contributed in whatever way he could. But that all changed November 26, 2016.
Damion Terry will check in at quarterback. Damion Terry, a Pennsylvanian from Erie, PA, Cathedral Prep.
Yeah, Coach D'Antonio loves to play players from a certain state in their hometown state and let them start and have success. That time, Damion Terry looked very good dropping back there, very comfortable, delivering a strike.
Whew, that was one of the best days of my life. I mean, I was excited. I mean, I was jumping up, ready to, I guess show, definitely everyone back home, Penn State should have took me or gave me a scholarship. But, it was fun playing in front of a whole home state. It was good for me as a football player, getting my first start in 4 years, starting every game in high school. A lot of people don't go through that, but it was awesome for me. Wish I could have stayed in the game, wish we could have got the W, but that for me as a football player was huge for my confidence, and I'll cherish that moment the rest of my life.
Entering his senior season, Damion battled more off-season injuries and once again lost a close battle for the starting position during fall camp. Determined to help restore the program to its winning ways, he knew his role would be more important than ever during his last year in the green and white.
I'm always supportive of my teammates and my brothers, so I'm just making sure their heads are on straight, everyone's focused, and because you never know, football's, never know what can happen, ups and downs all throughout the game, so you always have to stay focused and just ready for your moment.
He's always there for me. He'll be looking on the field, trying to see what coverages the defense are in, and he'll alert me of what guys are open on certain plays and what plays are working, what plays aren't, and just things of that sort, and always encouraging me if I mess up.
I always tell him I'm playing through him. I'm going to help him when he's out there on the field. I'm going to try to see what he's seeing, try to help him out in any way, because quarterback, your approach has to be different to the game. It's like laser-like focus. And I always remember stuff like Connor. Connor would not talk on game day. He'd just be so focused. And just some things that he would do or Tyler would do or we'd do collectively as a group, I try to pass it along to Brian, Messiah, now Rocky, who's here too, just so they see how it goes. And I think it really starts at the top of Coach Salem. He sets a great standard in that room, and we're all such a tight-knit group, and I love it. We're gunslingers.
It just goes to show what kind of person he is. He's a very dedicated and committed person. I think he's the true definition of what a Spartan is. He stayed. He could have left. He had opportunities, but he stayed and wanted to be a part of what we were doing here.
Damion has been phenomenal in our room, and he has grown immensely through the course of his career. And you think about how you have impact on other people, and he has done that. He's done that on all the quarterbacks in this room, especially this season, truly taken Brian under his wing. Here he is, a fifth-year senior battling to play and younger quarterback playing, but he's done an unbelievable job at just helping him through the process, because Damion's played. He's been through it. He's been through championship years and down years and those things, and so he's been a great advocate and support for Brian this fall.
I guess I could say I've been through everything. Like I said, being on the Rose Bowl team, and just so many lessons like I've learned from Darquez Denard, Max Bula. A lot of these guys they're the reason all these young kids pretty much are coming to MSU. And so I try to teach them a lot of things that they used to teach me when I was younger. No matter who you are, no matter what your status is here, you can always make an impact, and you always have to embrace your role. And I love being the big brother on the team. So much that I've seen, so much that I've learned from, whether that's Keith Mumphrey, Tony Limpett. I'm just always offering a helping hand, and like I said, I'm a very optimistic person. I'm always just trying to stay positive and just always trying to spread that.
They say see ball, go get ball, and that's what 49 does.
Bowling Green at their 25. Morgan hands off to a little guy. Cleveland met and smacked at the line of scrimmage by Shane Jones. That's a fifth-year senior reading that play perfectly.
Every player has a role. For Shane Jones, his has stemmed from his ability to make plays, no matter where or when he sees the field.
Originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. Growing up in Cincinnati was fun. I grew up at a time where sports was big, especially for the younger kids. Our youth programs back then were pretty good, so it was a good time. At a young age, got attached to football. I was like probably 5 or 6 when I first started playing football, so I felt like it was the one sport that you could just have as much fun as you wanted and hit somebody as hard as you could. And I fell in love with it. Still think about those times now.
Down he goes! Shane Jones in at linebacker.
Getting after J.T. Barrett.
I had an older brother that played football at the same high school as me, so I always supported him growing up. And then when he went off to school, he went to Pitt, so we always traveled there to see him play.
After getting an up-close view of what college football had to offer, Shane decided to travel the Spartan path.
My recruitment started like my junior year of high school. I remember Coach Barnett coming down to my high school, and then we had guys like Marcus Rush and Monty Medeiros and Greg Jones from my same high school came and played here. So it was just easy for me. It was a quick connection. I fell in love with the place at an early time in my recruitment process.
Once Shane arrived on campus, he looked to the upperclassmen to point him in the right direction.
I just learned from practice, and I like learning from other players too. Max and Danicos, when I first got here, those were the guys that, kind of instilled into me that I needed to learn the playbook. And so I took that from them, and I like watching other guys and see, what I could take from their game or, what they do that I could add to my game. So just the little things. Everybody had something different to their game, and, that's something that I picked up on.
Him and I both played with a lot of great players and a lot of great linebackers that have studied this game and studied our defense extremely hard, and we've been able to learn a lot from them. You don't just learn a lot about the game of football, you learn a lot about life.
No Riley Bullough today, wearing the headset on the sidelines. The middle linebacker out with an injury. 3rd down and 11. Swing pass Clement, trying to turn the corner, and Michigan State all over that play. Shane Jones, the first guy there. one of the many filling in the middle for Riley Bullock.
Yeah, and that's the best way to fill in. Make a big play. Shane Jones reads it inside out. Really well done.
You never know. You never know when your number's going to get called. It took a lot to learn all three linebacker positions. You know, over my time here, just kind of picked it up. And, you know, just being a guy that Coach Tressel can call on at any time, you know, no matter what the situation is. And he knows that I know every position. So, you know, it's big.
He's a guy that's always there for you whenever you need him. Great teammate, great friend, and no matter what, he's always going to be there for you.
That is cold. I love you.
I just think I'm a guy that can be there for the younger guys that, you know, that they need some help. You know, whether it's dealing with football or school or anything off the field, you know, just being a guy that they can come talk to and helping them through the process because, you know, that's our job as the older guys around here is to give back to the younger guys and make sure that we leave this place in a better place than we found it. So, you know, just giving back.
Shane's been able to play all three positions here, and he's been able to make a lot of plays no matter what position he's playing or whatever he's doing. You know, he's a guy that whenever we need somebody to step up and make a play, he's there. It doesn't matter if it's on defense or special teams, and it doesn't matter if it's one play here or one play there. He's going to step up and he's going to go in the game and make plays.
These past, you know, 4.5 years, finishing up 5 years, it's been great. I took so much from Michigan State. I can think back to 2013, my first year, you know, the Rose Bowl year, seeing that team take the steps that it took to get to that championship.
They trailed early, and they got the job done.
2015.
Steps back inside his 5. Throws over the middle. It's intercepted.
It's just been exciting, man. And then to see how last year ended and see where we are now, that's a great feeling to know that you were a part of something great here.
Offensive lineman number 73, Dennis Finley. Number 98, Demetrius Cooper. Running back number 24, Gerald Holmes Jr. Chris Fry Jr. Number 65, Brian Allen. Let's go. It's a beautiful day for football.
It's sad, man. It's my last one here, man. But I came out here and fought with my brothers, man. Did it for the A10, my city. I love this place, man. And it's gonna be a mission, man. But we did it. You know, brought this team back, and more to come next year for these boys, man. It's been a ride.